Thank you for tuning in to another episode from the Northern Sweden Welding channel. Today we are only focusing on the 7018 roots, and we are doing some different positions. And what's a little bit interesting is that we are going to do a comparison between DCEP, positive polarity, and DCEN, which is the negative polarities. And we do a comparison there and see what's different. Here we go. We start by doing the 2G position, also known as PC, and we are running DCEN for its first pass. And what you want to do is have a slight drag angle and have it leaned straight into the bevel, and keep the rod very close to the bottom at all time.
One of the first things that you notice when running DCEN is the sound. Yeah, you can hear it sounds a little bit different than with the DCEP, but once you get used to it, you're actually in for a pretty smooth ride. When welding open root with 7018, all the position is actually pretty similar, and there is only small adjustments that need to be done between the different positions. So basically what you want to do is keep the rod at the very bottom of the groove into the gap, and make sure that most of the molted slag goes out on the back side instead on the front side. And when doing the restarts, if you feather it like this, you will get some problems for sure. So make sure that your grinding follows the walls of the bevel all the way down into the groove, and you will be fine. And as you can hear now, we are now running on DCEP. And the main difference now is that the arc digs in a little bit deeper and that the puddle is a little bit more fluid. But besides that, you would not have that much difference between DCEP and DCEN. And now some of you will say that will never pass a band test. Let's do a band test. But guess what? It will work. I promise you. I have done this several times and it has never failed me. You really don't want this to keyhole just around the edges a little bit. When you are searching the internet for some information on the 7018 open roots, you will not find that much, so I hope this will help you at least a little bit.
And now it's time for the vertical uphill, also known as PF or 3G. You want about a 90% rod angle or slightly upwards angle. You don't want to drag it this way, it will build a very high crown weld.
There's plenty of information for, let's say, like 60-10 roots. But the thing is, I have never welded a 60-10 root in my entire life. In fact, I have welded for about 15 years and I have never stumbled across one here in Sweden. But I tell you this, it seems pretty cool, especially when going downhill. So if I ever goes to the States, that would be the first thing I do. I would find me some 60-10s and try it downhill. That would be awesome. And as you can see in this picture, the gap is actually a little bit too narrow for my taste. Because when it gets tight as in this picture, you will have to increase the amperage and the heat to be able to punch through. But since the rod is so fluid, you will easily get too much penetration when doing it this way. But on the other hand, a tight gap could easily be fixed just by using a cutting wheel on a grinder. When talking about the different welding positions, you can see that I have marked the plate with two different standards. One is the American ASME something, please fill in the comment section down below. And the other one is the one that I am more familiar with, that is the ISO 6947, which is the European standard. And I think it's totally okay that you are using different welding standards across the pond. But I really think that you should convert to the metric systems. It's free and it's understandable and easy to understand, and you can use it whenever you like. It would be much appreciated. And now back to this video. You see now the gap has increased, and now we are running on DCEN, and even though the gap is a little bit wider, you can also see that the travel speed has increased.
Now it's time for the 4G position, also known as PE. The rod angle should be almost straight up and leaning a little bit towards the weld. And now you need to have some extra pressure on the rod to keep the paddle from going down, because the gravity wants to go down, but we want the weld to go up.
And I really wish that I could say that my welding machine perhaps wasn't as good as it should be, or that my welding rods that I used wasn't as good as they should be, but I don't really could blame those today. But the thing is that I'm a little bit rusty today, and I could for sure have used some more practice before doing this. So, but I hope that you at least will appreciate my effort, and that it will give you some advice on your journey to be a better welder. Whenever I do a root pass with the stick welding, I often use a remote control that lets me adjust the amperage while welding. So it's not very easy for me to say exactly what amperage that I'm using. These adjustments are generally very small ones, but I would say that on this different welding position I will go perhaps somewhere between 70-75 down to about 50 amps. And now it's time for some promotion on myself. If you are in need of an international welding specialist that actually knows a little bit about welding, you can check the description down below and follow the link there to my LinkedIn account. You can contact me there. Especially if you are in the northern part of Sweden, but if you just want a new friend on LinkedIn, you are also welcome, of course. If you are interested in more Esab OK videos, I got some more on my channel, like the 6G all the way and well, the holy shit gap. Those are must see before you die, so check them out if you haven't done it already. At this point I am running DC-EP overhead, and since the paddle is so fluid, it's a little bit tricky because it's highly likely that you will get undercut when doing it this way. You will really have some extra pressure on the rod and also be very gentle on the amperage when doing it on DC-EP. Most times before I publish a video on my channel, I put it through my filter, that is my wife, and she often comes with some good advice so that I don't make a fool out of myself. But for this particular video she said something else this time. She said to me, "Man, you really sounds like a porn star when doing the talking." And maybe that is the case, because I tend to get a little carried away while talking about welding, but I also think my missus has seen some really bad movies, I must say. But what do you think? I should drop a comment in the section down below, and I would be happy to get an end to this discussion.
And now we are finished and it's time to see the results. What's the difference between positive and negative polarity? Come and take a look.
And now you can see, as we do the comparison, the one who is run with DCEN is a little bit more uniform, and the weld is just where it should be, and we have also traveled a little bit longer on each rod than on DCEP. But I let you decide which one you think is best.
And that's about it from the Northern Sweden Welding channel. I hope what you just like what you saw and that you are glad you're coming back to me another day. Until then, have a great day. Now we are finished.
Nej men, åh!